is actually a need existing? Um, are you fulfilling this need? Are you covering a want, a need, a wish that is actually going? When you come up with a business idea, the first thing you have to think about, the first thing you have to analyze, the first thing you have to ask yourself about is there really a need? Is actually a need existing? Um, are you fulfilling this need? Are you covering a want, a need, a wish that is actually going? For instance, many people think, mobile phones didn't exist many years ago and they created a new need. No, there was a need of communication. This was the basic need of mobile phones, right? The need of communicating, the need of gossiping, right? Like Facebook. People gossip, people wanted to know what the others did in his life, and Facebook provides a new way of doing it, a more efficient way of doing it. And this is the second question you have to ask yourself. Uh, are we providing a way of covering that need in a more efficient way? Is that right? It provides more features, it provides a lot more characteristics, it provides low risk, it provides low costs. In fact, there was a huge difference, a huge advantage in cost for Facebook to gossip. It's not the same going to someone's home and watching his video and photographs of his wedding, and now you have it on Facebook. It's so much efficient. The cost is almost non-existent. And this is the second question you have to ask yourself. Are we providing more value through different ways, reducing cost, reducing risk, or improving features, improving benefits, right? So if you have a business idea, first, is there an actual need? And second, are we providing more value than the current other providers or other solutions in the market? Then maybe you have a good business idea. Afterwards, you will think about, you will analyze that the operations of the business itself. If there are suppliers and there are easy distribution channels, if it's easy to market, easy to advertise, etc. But the first things first. If you don't solve these two basic questions, don't go with it. Forget about it. And why I say this? Well, easy, because there is a lot of friction. What is friction? Is when something, when you want to change things, and it's difficult for people to change. It's difficult for others to use your product. In fact, change is difficult for everyone in any part of our lives. It's difficult to change. So as well, it's difficult to change our consumer behavior. It's difficult to get a new supplier, get a new provider, get a new program, get a new wherever, because you are so comfortable using that it has to provide a lot more benefits or a lot low risk or a lot low cost in order to use it. If not, you're not going to use it just for the friction itself, because we don't want to change. We want the status quo. We want to have we are educated to have a long-term job, to have stability, and that's why we are so we are not eager to let me explain you what I did. We created online experience service that you could do many different kinds of activities, just like adventure, sports, restaurants, healthy stuff like going to SPAs, and many things, messages, everything like this. But it has a component. It was surprise. You didn't know exactly what you were about to do. Um, of course, you choose the category, the type of package, the product, the type of product you wanted to do, but you didn't know where you were to go. You knew the time approximately, but you didn't know exactly where and what exactly, because you chose adventure, but you didn't know if you were about to go rafting or going with bicycle, whatever. And restaurants as well. You didn't know which restaurant you were to go. Mexican, Japanese, Mediterranean. You didn't know. Here we provide lower costs. You didn't have to think where to go exactly. You just chose the date and the type of product and the type of service or activity, and you went. It was better in that sense that you didn't have to think, you didn't have to do the research, you didn't have to book, because we did it everything. Having to think, no? Right? Well, this is a cost or a reduced cost, but we increased the risk. You didn't know where you were about to go, and it would be risky because, oh, what if I don't like it? What if I'm afraid and I don't want to do some kind of thing, or I'm I don't like fish, I don't like seafood. Well, yeah, that's a problem. That's a risk. Uh, so we lowered the costs, we increased the risks. This is a part of the down part of the equation, and we increase the benefits because we increase you were to great places. You get this sense of surprise. Is an emotional benefit that you don't know. Oh, maybe it's a surprise. Oh, it's good for some people. It's good, but I think that for most people, they didn't want to have this kind of surprise. They didn't risk that much, and so we failed. We tried hard. We spent a lot of time, a lot of money, and it didn't went as we wanted. Of course, we sold some packages, and they were really happy, but we didn't do that many stuff of content. We didn't show how good our experiences were, our services were, but we lacked this, and we didn't succeed. Also, it was a really good idea for giving as a gift, because it's a new thing, and you could give it to somebody. Oh, you have a surprise. A surprise was the name of it, and yeah, they could have they could give it as a gift, as a present, but and we sold many of them. I think we sold more of as a gift rather than useful package, as someone doing it, right? So, but we learned a lot, and I think we have to go through these experiences as well, because in the end, This is about failing and trying hard and learning and putting this knowledge into new ventures.